All right, guys, we got one that I've been kind of holding on to, doing the review, not necessarily on purpose, just been kind of swamped. But I've had this one here for, I think, 2 or 3 months. Haven't even fired it. I've added some stuff to it. You guys will see it. But we're looking at the Sauer P320 Flux Legion. Pretty little awesome thing in design if you're looking at, you know, some of the videos and the previews right before it dropped. So kind of excited to use this one. If you watch my channel, you see that I have a FCU X01 P320 chassis system. I think I got a couple hundred rounds through that. I really liked it. So I'm kind of wanting to see what the Sauer Legion, Flux Legion is going to be compared to that. That'll be a separate video. I'll do a comparison, but this is just going to be the unboxing review of this guy. So of course, big giant box. It's a much larger than a single little hand pistol. I've added some stuff, but it's still like an unboxing. So I'll kind of go through that, and let's get this guy turned around, and then we'll get it out of the box here. So let's just see what comes in the box. This was originally in this big old plastic bag. I since have taken it out. As you can see, I still have the tag. I haven't even fired it or anything. All I've done is added the primary arms 3 times, micro prism, the SLX, on here just for shooting purposes, since it didn't have any I didn't have an optic or anything like that. So it does come with the entire slide, barrel, the chassis system ready to go. It does come with 2 30-round mags. They're the SIG 30-round mags, so that's cool that you get 2 30s on here. And then I bought an Aftermarket Men 2 30-round mag stick, just to kind of see how it, you know, if it functions well with it or not. So this does not come with it, neither does the optic. Everything else is in the box. You get your manual, your stickers, and of course it is a Legion, so you get your Legion stickers, your locks and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way, and let's start talking about the pistol. So I have seen some people, I mean, I guess you don't research it a lot. They're thinking that I've seen some, not a lot, but there's a few, you know, slowpokes that think it's just the chassis that you're getting, but it comes ready to go. Slide, barrel, FCU, everything. So let's just go ahead and talk about the slide at first, let you know what you're getting. So this is the AXG slide, is what this is. So if it looks familiar to some of you guys, this is the AXG Legion slide. So it does come with the 3.9 inch barrel. The slide is 4.7 inches because it has this built-in compensator, right? And I think SIG started the integrated compensators with that macro comp, that P365 macro comp, and then from there they've added on to several other pistols. So this is the P320 AXG Legion with the integrated comp. It does have an optics plate, but really not necessary with this system. You're not going to get anything mounted as this slide goes back and forward. But in case for some reason you wanted to take the slide out, you can. So really good serrations, nice and deep. If you're familiar with the AXG Legion, of course you have your Legion marking there and the Cerakote Legion colors. So pretty nice. It does come with the P320 skeletonized Legion trigger and FCU. So you can see it there. Nice skeletonized flat trigger. And again, that's all that comes direct from SIG. It's all the barrel assembly and the top and everything like that, the FCU. The rest is the chassis itself. Now, if some of you guys are familiar with the Flux Raider, there's nothing different than what I've seen on here other than the color scheme and the markings of the Legion. But I believe everything else functions the same on here. Irons does have the X-ray 3 day and night sights on here, X-ray 3 day and night sights on here, and we'll get into that, why it's even important. But yeah, so you have an ambidextrous safety controls on both sides, so that's pretty cool. Your slide stop, slide catches on both sides as well. So that's pretty awesome. You do have the Picatinny rail up front, 1913 style. You can put your lasers and flashlights up here, and of course, as you see, I've already mounted an optic up here. So you can do a direct mount here. I'll probably lose this riser and then just do a direct mount to this piece here. So you have your Picatinny rail up top. But having not shoot it, I'm going to kind of play with some of the levels of the red dot up here. Nice, good texturing here, and the grip is really aggressive. You can definitely feel it bite down in your hand. I kind of like that. And I don't even think you needed to get as aggressive with this, being that it's going to be almost like a, you know, almost like a short barrel rifle kind of. You're going to have this brace to be able to hold, and then you're going to have a front forward grip here with the extra mag, or just up here if you don't have a mag in. So, but it is a nice aggressive texturing. You can kind of see it has a little bit of a built-in integrated mag well here for faster reloads. You can see the funnel shape here, so that's pretty awesome there. Dual storage, right? You have your regular mag, and then you have this one for another mag, which we'll look at in a second. Of course, you got your Flux and Raider markings here. This is going to be, this is what they call a dual mag release function. I call it like a triple. And let's go ahead and just get into the mags now, and you can see what I'm talking about. So we're going to go ahead and put one here, one here. We are empty. You see there's a chamber flag. They're both in here. So let's just talk about your standard mag release. We got the 30 rounder here. There's two ways to release this mag here. You almost have this release here like an AR-15 right here at your trigger finger. You can press that and it releases the mag. Now, if you're looking at this side, get this out the way. When you press that release, you're gonna see this lever move up some there. See that? And that's what releases it. So with your thumb on this side, you can also release this mag by pushing this lever up. You see there's a little bit of space here. Press it up and that releases it. So that's two different ways that you can drop your mag that's inserted into the pistol. All right, now to drop your storage, there is a button here. You guys can see it right here. And this is also like a dual action. If you do a soft press, it just comes right out, right? So you can just press and pull super fast. But now you see this bar here, if you get deeper all the way, like a hard press, and it also releases the back one. So with the hard press, with the reason behind that is because you could easily just, and you're back in the fight that fast. So that's pretty cool. There's a little dual action because this lever pulls up forward and it takes this one with it. See, it pulls this one and it drops this one. So that's super awesome, I think. You can just drop and then boom, back into this one and keep going. So I think that was pretty cool. Really nice design. And of course, what a lot of people like on this is the tactical brace back here. So you're gonna have the long lever here, which is the actual brace, and then you're gonna have this little top level up here only on this side, this little lever right here. You're gonna go ahead and be careful because this sucker is heavy loaded, spring action. Awesome. See how hard that kicked out? So you definitely don't want to be playing with that, and you're looking up close and then you're gonna smack yourself in the face with that brace. To get it back in, you do have to hold it back down and then give a good nudge. And this sucker, you do have to put plenty of elbow grease on that to get that to snap back in. Maybe it'll get a little softer as we use it. But again, let's take a look at that. It's this top lever. All you do, push it down, and bam, you got the action. Hold it back down so it goes in. You want to give it a little hard press, and you do need to put some elbow grease behind that to get that to snap. Again, I'm not sure if this is going to get softer or easier to pop back in as we use it. And it is labeled as a pistol brace. So if you're not familiar with that, this technically is a brace that's supposed to kind of hug. It's kind of hard to get on camera. Hug your forearm here is what's intended to be used as. But if you've seen all the videos, and including myself, I'm sure when I shoot it, I'm going to probably want to shoulder this before I register it and put an actual brace and SBR, all that, if you wanted to do that. But this is a pistol brace that is designed to go across your arm here for a little bit steadier stability there. And I like the way they built this rail up top. So it's basically like a non-reciprocating mount for any kind of optic you want to put. But the reason why they put these iron sights here, because some people say, well, what's the point of iron sights? Because you have your optic up top. Let me see if we can get this on camera. But here, say if you have a malfunction, the back of the design of the rail goes over the iron sights, so you can still use them there. Let me see if I can zoom. There you go. So you can peep through that little hole down beneath that Picatinny rail, and then you can pick up your iron sights right there. So I thought that was pretty cool. You can still use your backups on here, and then of course your optic will be up top. And you can go with a smaller red dot. I've seen some people go with a 1X or 3X red dot like I have here. I have the 3X. This style of giant red dot, you can go with like a 507K or a 507 competition, SRO, whatever. As long as you have the mounts for the Picatinny, then you'll be fine. But let's go ahead and go over the overall dimensions. And the dimensions are going to be with the brace closed. So let's go ahead and close that. Get a nice good hit and then pop that in. See what I'm saying? You got to get some elbow grease in there. So it's super tight right now. So hopefully that loosens up. But the overall length of this guy is 10.9 inches. And I'm not sure where they're measuring that from. So let's take a look. I would think it's from this brace, yep, right here. So slightly less than 11, so it'd be from the back of this brace to the front of the chassis system, not necessarily the slide. That's your 10.9. Overall width of this guy, not bad, 1.6. So pretty thin. I mean, I don't think you can conceal this, but maybe inside a big coat, you know, hanging. It does have a QD mount, so you can kind of hang that there maybe. Maybe you're a special ops or some special tactical guy, I don't know. Height 6.1 inches, and of course that's without the long mag. Let's get that mag out of there. So 6.1 inches. The weight is surprisingly without the optic, because every optic is going to be different. But with one mag inserted, say you're ready to fight one mag, the weight is only 49.2 ounces. My SXG, I think, is 48 ounces, and that's just this pistol by itself. So rather lightweight, more lighter than I thought it was going to be. So I thought that was pretty cool that they were able to keep the weight down. But a pretty awesome little system. I can't wait to shoot it and take this to the range and see how fun it makes this P320 AXG shoot. And then, hey, maybe in the future we'll have that versus video, like I said, against the Exo Gunner and see P320 chassis versus P320 chassis. And we'll see how that goes. Of course, these retail for about $1,700–$1,800, so that's going to be the big difference. But I think you can see a lot of the difference in design. But again, the Flux Raider is standard. It's not any different than the normal one. It's just a different color scheme and then the markings of the Sig Legion style here, the emblems. But let's go ahead and take this guy to the range and see how it does, see how it performs, and see if we like it or not. These are our first shots. I'm gonna try to zero, but see how it feels. So rack it like normal. Let's go ahead and get this empty mag in here for stability. There we go. And let's zero this optic in and just see how it feels. I gotta get used to this release, or just use the finger like an AR on this side. Alright, we're gonna go for 2 mags, see how it feels. I like the slide lock, as you can tell. We're gonna try that Amend 2 aftermarket stick and then a factory one. So you got the slide and drop release on both sides. Lever on that. It's really easy. Keep going. So you guys see how we did. We started trying to zero here. It was pretty close to on mark at 10 yards. And then we moved over here, and then we just started kind of playing with these two here. But a real soft shooter, man, I like it. It's super soft. Real easy to get on target, especially with a decent optic on there. Releases this Gotta get used to that grip, drop the slide, keep going. So we're going with that Mag 2 stick. Working pretty good. Those are all my initial shots there in the alley zone, dead center. And then I went for the little, what is that, 2-inch boxes, maybe 2.5, probably 2. Got it there, got it there. For some reason, my low ones, could be my vision, were a little bit off. But you see all bullseyes. Really nice shooting pistol here with this, the Flux Raider. So this Legion Flux P320 is nice. All right, we got Tiny Tactical trying out the P320 Flux Legion Flux Raider. We're gonna get a feel from her to see how it functions and how it feels. So like a normal pistol, you gotta rack it.
Okay.
And now you're good to go.
Definitely would want an optic on this.
Yeah, we took it off by accident. All right. So how does it feel against your shoulder, like the recoil?
It's not horrible, but knowing that I'm shooting a pistol, it's a little more than I would think. Because I guess because I'm used to shooting a pistol here, like the recoil is strong sort of for a pistol, but knowing that the brace is here, I'm feeling it literally in my shoulder versus just here.
Okay.
I'm feeling it.
So you're saying it feels harder than shooting a normal pistol?
Let me put it this way. I guess because it's braced against my shoulder, I'm comparing it to shooting like an AR, how an AR would feel or a rifle would feel.
Okay.
Is the kick. And so it's a little stronger than what I would think the 9mm.
Okay, so how does it just feel against your body? Like, does it hurt? Is it forceful?
It doesn't hurt, but it's definitely forceful, but nothing that's not controllable.
Okay.
So.
All right, we're going to try another 10 rounds.
Standing correctly this time.
Yeah, definitely better with an optic so you don't have to reach so low to the iron sights.
It's definitely accurate.
Yeah, it's not a lot of movement. So now let's try to close that brace and let's see how easy it is for you.
Empty the mag. It's open. All right.
Yeah, just press that lever down.
Okay.
All right. Now this is where we found out there's a little trouble.
I'm gonna turn it. It's open, no bullets. I have to really squeeze.
All right, so it's not easy.
No, not at all.
So if you don't have a ton of hand strength or strength in general, it is super tight. Even for me, I have to maneuver my hands around. So hopefully in time, maybe that loosens up a little bit and it pops right in, but it is a little hard to get that brace to pop back in and lock. Let's take a look at your shots. Good group here, good, all in the same general area.
Yeah, my first shots trying were these up here because I wasn't even sure how to hold it correctly, but after I
it's a little different than a normal pistol,
down,
right?
they all stayed right in here.
So how did it feel overall? Is it comfortable to shoot? Does it hurt a little bit? Is it fun?
I would say it could be fun, yes. I wouldn't prefer it.
Okay. What's your T-Sauce shirt on? Gotta get this one ready. We're only doing about 10 rounds each. And we'll go over here on this target. I can definitely feel the slide lock. With an optic, it'll be much better. You don't have to get so low into these iron sights. Take a look. We're not looking at accuracy again. The other one has irons only, so I'm having to dip lower. With the optic on the top, I won't have to put my fat cheek on those bars. So here's the Legion. Still a decent group considering how far down I had to scrunch down with the irons. With an optic, I'm sure it'll be a lot better. We're just gonna shoot about 5 rounds. First mag, do the change, another 5 rounds. On this one, the slide catch, slide release, because of this new safety lever here, or toggle switch, you can't really manipulate that slide catch with your thumb on the grip. You really, for me anyway, you really have to move the brace out of the way to really reach, but I'm doing too much, so I prefer just to, with my support hand, just drop the slide. Just FYI. All right, let's go. Gotta get used to that grip. Drop the slide. So it's really easy. I just gotta get used to my hand placement on this one. Like when you're grabbing this, my thumb and my hand is already kind of higher on the mag. So when I come here, I gotta like kind of let go. So playing around with it, maybe just grab the bottom and just kind of extend the thumb will probably be easier. So you can definitely get easier on that. All right, so we're back from the range and shooting. And I gotta say, I really liked it. I like the design, the compactability, I guess if that's a word, right? I like the size of it and the fact that it kind of works as a rifle with the pistol brace there, so it makes it a little bit more stable to shoot, a little bit more fun. You're not worried about, a lot of recoil in your hand, which is really the point of these chassis systems, right? To turn a pistol into something more easier to shoot. And as you guys can see from the footage, very soft and stable. You do feel a little bit of the recoil into your shoulder, but nothing too bad like if you're shooting an AR or an AK or anything like that. Really love all the features of the chassis, where you have all the rails and how the top rail is over the slide, so it's like you have a non-reciprocating optic at the top. It's really built for optic. It's one thing I didn't like was the iron sights. I like the idea of looping the rail over it, but trying to use the backup irons, maybe for a skinnier guy with a shorter neck, I don't know, or just picking the gun up and taking it off the shoulder and putting it out in the air in front of you, that'd probably be easier. But it's the one thing I didn't like about it. For me, definitely made with a optic in mind. Other thing I really did like is the mag change. I like how quick you can drop the mag that you're using and then pull the spare mag all at the same time. It made it really easy, and I could see just kind of, maybe doing some dry fire or just practice live fire or whatever, how you can get a lot quicker with that change. Very great design there by Flux. My thumb and my hand is already kind of higher on the mag, so when I come here, I gotta like kind of let go. So playing around with it, maybe just grab the bottom and just kind of extend the thumb will probably be easier. But overall, I mean, I liked it. The P320 Flux Raider Legion, or however, P320 Legion Flux. It's a pretty awesome little design idea. Even though, of course, the Flux has been out for a while, but for SIG to get into it, I do like it, like all the features. I like what it's about. For the price point, though, it's a little pricey, $1,700–$1,800. I think I'm seeing it like $1,600 retail in some other spots. But there are some other cheaper options available out there. If you guys look at my channel, you know I have one on the EXO gunner. That's a good option, and I should be putting up a versus on those two pretty soon. But if you're looking for something like this is a good option, just a little bit on the pricier side, but great quality, good shooting. Appreciate you guys.